Hi, Brenda. Will Jennifer be joining us?
Hi, Prof. Yes, she will be, but she's winding up another meeting first, and then she will join us.
All right. Is there anyone else that needs to get presenting that's on the list so far?
From our end?
No. Yeah. Nobody on the call so far. All right. Not a problem. So you think it would be very long before she joins us?
You can just start the meeting. I'll be doing the system navigation as Jennifer will be joining us later, and then maybe introduce the course.
All right. So you say you will start with the system navigation.
Yes.
All right. Well, welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining us. We hope this will be productive and useful to all of you. Let me just quickly, so welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are having this orientation for a management course that is being done jointly between Afro-PHC and the AMREF in Nairobi. And we have done this course before. There was an evaluation in which we said it needs to be over a longer period with a little bit more support systems in place, and that we would try to have an orientation like we're doing today. We're having another orientation. We are going to be taping this. I think I will just submit it to put it onto our website, and so anybody can view it as well later. There is a second orientation that will come along. We will go through as the AMREF representatives join us. So Brenda from AMREF will go through the system navigation, and then I will, I think, let me start by just giving an overview of the course in a very brief 2-3 minutes. So let me just share my screen and give you what is on the website and in fact available. So if you go to the website and look for Afro-PHC, you'll see the training, management training, and come to this web page, which has some details on it. And I think importantly, this is the modules which will run over 10 months. You can do it at any pace that you want to, but we've tried to sort of develop it over a month, where we will have each of these topics in a meeting, which will be run monthly, so that we cover these 10 months. You do need to join Afro-PHC, and you'll get the course once you completed the certification. We, I think, are looking at, the deadline for this is going to have to be the 23rd of February before we start, just so that we can get everybody on board before the first meeting of the 8th. We'll see if we change that slightly with the second orientation, as that has been the request from AMREF. So you can see the kinds of things that we're going to go through is an overview on context of a health system, governance, leadership, management, human resources, human management information, financing and financial management, service delivery, supply chain, and monitoring evaluation. So this is what it is. We are looking at amending the course somewhat, and I think we'll be engaging with AMREF to see if that can be amended for next year. So your experience in this year will be quite helpful. Afro-PHC as an organization, you'll see more about it here. So go have a look at the website, afrophc.org, and you'll see more about the fact that we're trying to develop chapters in different parts of Africa, and there's meetings that you'll be informed about. We do have our monthly policy workshops and trying to develop a policy document. We have an AGM that's coming up with a conference, an AGM in 2022. So you're welcome to join us there. And then we have some history to meetings. We not only have management training, but also a clinical training course that we're trying to develop. We have a CPD meeting weekly, which is in collaboration with the World Continuing Education Alliance. We also have some research group happening with monthly meetings, in which there is also a course developing that will try and support and mentor researchers in primary care. You can pick up on news, some patient education, and then a bit more about the Afro-PHC and organizations that support it. We have a Google group, which is a very useful way in which we can share amongst people, I think yourselves, what's going on and anything relevant. So you as well can share. And there's lots of very, very different people involved. So it's a great place to find links, networks, and develop them. Great. So let me stop there. I'll hand over to you. That the key thing is, of course, is you would have, if you've gotten you've joined Afro-PHC, I would imagine you've gotten the links, because we've handed that over to MAMREF, and they would have sent you the link, the login details. So I'll leave it to you, Brenda, to take it from there. And I'm sure there'll be time for questions and answers. So let's go through Brenda's presentation. We could take questions there, and then Jennifer's joined us, so I'll just give her hosting rights as well. Okay. Jennifer, do you want to start, or Brenda, how do you want to take it?
Thank you, Prof. We appreciate your introduction to the program and, of course, an understanding of Afro-PHC. Thank you for introducing the eLMG course. Brenda will shortly take us through a presentation of the learning management system, because that is our main focus for this orientation. But we are right here to take on any questions after the presentation, and we are here to support the process as well. So thank you very much, and I will let Brenda check this out.
Thank you. Brenda, over to you. Do you need any assistance, Brenda?
Hello, yes, I'm back. My internet is a little bit shaky, so sorry. I'm trying to change my network so that I can have a stable network before I start with the orientation. So
are you okay so far, or do you want us to continue with something for a few minutes? All right. While you get that fixed up, we can take questions on anything that you feel that you want to inquire about. I mean, it can be of any nature. Knowing that Brenda is going to come shortly, and once she's get her internet fixed up. Brenda, how long do you need? All right. Any questions from anybody in terms of the course process? Any details that you'd like to? Are there any people on the course, I mean, on the meeting today, who would be willing to be speakers at our monthly meeting and would be keen to support different topics based on the presentations there, on the various material that's there, or who have completed the course? We would really like to see people who've been through the process to actually take on just a brief overview of the course or an element of the course to stimulate some thinking in the meeting itself. If you can pick up your hand, just use the reactions and let us know if you've been in the course and would like to share some experiences, as well as be willing to support other people. So is everyone here new and never done the course before? Okay. Marguerite, yes, go ahead, Marguerite. Just share with us what you've done so far and how you think you can contribute as well. Marguerite?
Thank you, Prof, for the opportunity.
Mhm.
I had expressed interest to join the course, but I'm unable because I'm not in the medical field, although I'm a researcher.
So what field are you in?
I'm in development studies,
Development studies.
gender and development studies.
So you say you haven't done the course before?
No.
Okay. Well, it's open to anyone. At the end of the day, if you get value out of it, you're welcome to do it. We have not prescribed that it only be done by anybody in health. So you're welcome to do it. So not a problem.
When I tried filling it in,
Yes.
I was unable to proceed because the requirement was you must be a medic.
Where was that requirement put?
So in the forms, what you shared with us for filling in for the course.
Just send me an email, but I doubt very much. I will just share with me where that problem may have been, but it's not really a requirement. We might have asked you for the information, but it's not a requirement. Otherwise, you wouldn't be even getting information like this to be part of this. So I'm sure you are in the system. Just send me an email at the info@afrophc.org, and I will check.
Thank you, Prof. I will do that. Thank you.
Great. Josephine, do you want to sort of share anything or ask any questions? Feel free.
No, I never wanted to share anything, but I'm new.
All right.
So I haven't. I don't know exactly about the course.
All right. Okay. The information that I have provided is very high level. Brenda, I think, will share this now. She's doing it. The platform, just so that you understand how to get in. There are some people who say they have not received the logins. I think if you don't mind, please, if you have not received logins, please put that out in the chat. And I will trust that Jennifer and then we'll follow this up. We'll share the chat to them. And so if you have a problem, they will follow it up with you. Just put your, put that out. I have not gotten login, and put your email so that they can pick it up and follow it up with you and make sure that you get your login. So Mike, you've said you've got no login. Others, please put your email. Mike, you want to put your email as well, and just state no login received. Okay, great. Thanks, Josephine. Should be fine. We'll just put your hand down. So you're welcome. Everyone that's new is great. I see some people have started the course unable to finish. And I think this is one of the problems we've said before, that it is, people have said they've gone through the course, they find it's a lot of material. We stretched it out, with AMREF saying, let's put it over the year, 10 sort of months. So you'll have until the end of the year to complete it. Hopefully you plan around it, and then we can take it. So please just make sure you write down my login details are problems and your email so that they can connect the two. So just do that if you have not received your login details. Great, Maputi and others. All right, over to you, Brenda. You've got your slides up, and we'll leave it to you to continue. After Brenda presents, we will look through the course again in a little more detail with Jennifer and take questions after that. Thanks, Brenda.
Thank you so much, Prof. Welcome everyone to this session. My name is Brenda Nangehe from AMREF South Africa in Nairobi. I'm part of the team coordinating leadership management and governance. Today I'm going to show you how you'll be accessing this course, leadership management and governance for health system strengthening. As Prof has mentioned earlier, this is a course that has 10 modules. So you'll be going per module. Once you finish a module, there will be a quiz that you'll be required to attempt. We have a minimum score for the quiz. Prof and Dr. Jennifer will tell you more about it. For me, I'm just going to show you how you'll be able to log into the platform and how you'll be accessing the material. This is a self-learning course, but we'll be having monthly Zoom sessions so that we tell you more information about the modules. And also, if you are stuck in navigation of the course, we'll be able again to refresh you on how to navigate the course online. So the course will be on a learning management system. It's called Jibu. learning management system. It's hosted by AMREF South Africa. So I've created an account for each and every one of you. I'll be sharing with you the username and password to the platform and also the link that you'll be using to access this course. The course can be accessed on 2 ways. One, you can access the course using a computer, your iPad or a tablet, and you can also access this course using your mobile phone. By mobile phone, we have an app called the Jibu, a mobile app where you can download it from your phone, Play Store. If you're using Android, you can still find it. If you're using iPhone, you can still download it from your Play Store. You download it to your phone, and then you will be able to access the course materials online, and also you'll be able to access the quizzes. The beauty of accessing using the mobile application, you can access the course content offline. But when you're accessing the course materials using your laptop or tablet, that is the internet browser, you'll need internet all through as you'll be accessing the modules. So I'm going to show you how to access via using my laptop. And then if you're having questions, you can just drop it on the chat, and then we'll be addressing this as we go on with this session. So the URL for the platform, it's https://jibu.africa. So I'll share this link on the chat, and I'll also share the same URL on your email addresses provided on the link that was shared by Pro for registration. The link I'll share via email, so that you just go to the link, click on it, and then I'll also share your username and password via email. So you'll just log in your username and password. Once you log in, this is the page that you'll be able to see. This is the welcoming dashboard from your end. So you'll be able to see on your right end the course description, the grades, and all the modules 1 up to 10 listed. At the same time, in the middle of the page, you'll be able to see the announcement, the self-enrollment guidance, and then we'll have a community of practice. A community of practice is a platform where you can share your ideas, you can share your views, your challenges from different area that you are. The goodness with Afro PHC, there are people from different countries, so it's a very good platform for you to share your ideas as you'll be taking up the course. There's a course description, and then we have the learning outcome and why you should participate, and then the content covered. We have 10 modules, as mentioned earlier, from module 1, overview and context of a health system, all through to module 10, which is monitoring and evaluation. And after that, when you go through the course content fully and you've attempted all the 10 quizzes for each module, you will be able to get a certificate at the end of it, which is co-signed between AMREF and Afro PHC network. So the modules are listed down here. As you can see, we have module 1 content, and then we have the module 1 quiz. Same with module 2. We have the module 1, module 2 content, and then we have the quiz. All of them have been stated all the way up to module 10. And then once you finish, you will be able to get your certificate. So let me just go back to module 1 so that I can show you how you'll be accessing the content. This is module 1 content, and then this is the quiz. So once you complete going through the course content fully, you will have a check at the end of this, at the end of here. You can see you can follow my mouse, the pointer on the right side of the screen. And then once you complete the quiz, you'll have a check. So that by the time you're going through systematically after a month, if you're supposed to go through module 1 and the quiz, by the time we have the next session, you're expected to have these 2 of these module to have a check. So for you to access the content, you all have to do is to click here. When you're using the mobile application, you still have the same interface. You'll just have to click the name of the content, that is module 1. At the overview.
I can't hear what she's saying. Hello?
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Patrick, it might be your connection. Brenda seems quite clear to me. I'm not sure if others have challenges. If you have, just put it on the chat.
We can hear you very clearly. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. So, Patrick, if you're having challenges on your screen, on the left side of the screen, you'll see an icon. Just tap on it and then allow your computer audio to be on so that you're able to hear me clearly. And then increase your volume. Okay, thank you. So once you tap on the content, you will have this kind of a page that just show you the number of attempts allowed. It's like a report kind of a page or a statistics kind of a page that just show you the number of attempts you need to be expected. If you're attempted this first time, it will also show you. So all you have to do, this is the mode, preview and normal, make sure it's at normal, and then you click enter. So once you click enter, it will now take you to module 1 welcoming dashboard. This is the cover page now of the module. All you have to do, you see we have the Apro PHC logo, we have JECA who's the founder, and then AMREF. So you'll click on this Start Now button here in the middle of this cover page. Just click on it. When you click on it, it will bring to you this Start Now icon, and then you click Start. So when you click Start, you'll be able now to see the content of a module. So you'll have to read through the content of a module, and then once you're done, you use the navigation buttons. Here we have the next and back to help you navigate through from one page to another. This is like a table of content where you can click here and see all the content that you'll be going through in that module, all the way from unit 1 up to unit 5. And then we have the abbreviation button here. You can also click here. These are the tools for each page. They're the same for all the modules. And then we have the number of pages per module. So you expect it through, as you go through the content, as you navigate through from one page to another, the pages will be increasing up to the last page. And then this is the progress bar. So when you go through the content, it will be increasing. As at now, page 3, you can see it's shaded. The whole of it is gray, but at the bottom here, it's greenish. I'm hoping from your end, it's greenish. So as you go through the content, it will be colored all through up to the top. And this is the menu. So once we have had the first orientation module for the first orientation course and module for module 1, you'll be expected now to log into your platform online and then go through the content online. So by the time we'll be on module 2, you'll have done all the module, you have read all the content of module 1, and also you have attempted the quizzes. So go through this content. Once you've read, you just click next. It will take you to the next page. These are the units covered in this content. This is overview and context of a health system. You see we have components of a health system, best practices. We have characteristics of a functioning health system. So just read through them. And then once you're done, you go next. These are the module outcomes for this specific module. You read through them and then you go next. As you navigate through the content, you can see the progress bar is moving up. So by the time you'll be on the last page, that is page 96, your progress bar will be at the top. So once you are done going through the content up to the last page, you'll come here and exit activity for you to go back to the previous page where you will be able now to attempt quiz 1. So you've done with module 1. Now you come here under module 1 quiz and then just click there for the quiz. And then you attempt the quiz now. Just click on attempt the quiz now. It has 10 questions. So all you have to do, read the question, answer, and then go to next page. So at the end of it, it will ask you to submit. So once you submit, you will get automatically, immediately after you have submitted all the 10 questions, you will get the score for the quiz. And then you can attempt the next module. So you're expected to do this for all the modules, that is for module 1 to module 10. And then at the end of this session, I believe it will be maybe sometime at the end of the year, God willingly, we will be able to get the certificate for the same course. That is now how we'll be going through the course. I didn't mention something earlier. If you want to change your password, you can see here where my name is at the top right. You just click there and then you go to profile. It will allow you to update your password, or if you need here under profile, if you need to update your country or city, you can also update it here, and then also your phone number, update it there, and then submit. So that's how you change you update your mobile phone number, and then your country, city, and then you submit that information. So this is how you'll be going through the course content, and this is how you'll be accessing leadership, management, and governance for health system strengthening course on Jibu Learning Platform. I don't know, Prof, if there's anyone with a question.
Thank you. That seems fairly easy. I think the key is to get everybody the login. So let's ask if people who have gotten in, are they finding it easy or are they struggling in any way? Anybody?
I know I've not shared with all of them the login credentials, so majority of them haven't received the email. But as we are going through this session, I'll be sending them, because there were more than 100, so we are sending them in batches.
All right, good. I think the team from Afro-PHC as well will need to join it. I'll need to join it as well. So I'll just send you a reminder email to do that.
Okay. All right, fine.
So, but it looks to me fairly simple and easy. And maybe what we could do, if there are no questions, I don't know if you have questions, please feel free to pick up your hand. I mean, to me, it looks like it's quite simple for people to navigate through the course. And I suppose if there have been glitches, perhaps you want to check on that. If you have been through the course somewhat and you remember some glitch, to check whether that's been sorted out or not. Feel free to ask that question. Anything at all, if you can just put up your hand in the next minute. Jennifer, perhaps you could go through the course a little bit more to sort of show the outline of it. I don't know if that's possible. You've got the modules. I don't know if the objectives per module are in a way accessible easily per module, so that people can see what each module contains. And can I ask this question, Jennifer? Was there an hours allocation to the course? In other words, how many hours of time required to read and do the material? Was there anything work done on it to give us an idea of that?
Thank you, Prof. Yes, we do have allocated credits and hours to each of the modules. And that is presented in the curriculum. It's indicated in the curriculum. But you see, the assumption was that this is going to be self-paced, and therefore the learners will be able to pace themselves. So it is an average in terms of hours coverage.
What's the hours?
In this event where we are now choosing to,
what's the hours, if I may ask? Does it average per module?
So it varies, because if you look at the content of each of these modules, you find that there are modules that are quite short. For example, if you look at governance, the coverage in terms of content and the readability of the content itself, the readable content is less compared to a module such as human resources for health and maybe leadership, which seem to be the longest modules when it comes to coverage. So you find that the allocation of hours was done using that. So they are different.
Okay, but you haven't got that kind of detail available so that we could give people an idea of what's involved.
So we could do a summary, an extract from the curriculum. We could do a summary of that just to show what is expected per module per hour. And we could.
I think if you don't mind sharing that.
Yes, sure. We will share the curriculum again to you.
Okay.
So that is what was done. But I think given that we are now going the blended learning approach, so there might be a variance in that a little bit, because the assumption in the development was that it was going to be fully equal for the participants. So this might change that a little bit, but not so much, because the contact hours will remain as 2 hours. And therefore, the rest of the time, the learner is also expected to go through the content on their own. Yeah.
Do you have a breakdown of the courses of the details per course, or some sort of breakdown of what's involved in the first module, at least the objectives set? I mean, it might be useful for people to get a sense of that. I think people don't have questions too much. We'll have to take some time on our meetings to deal with any questions or problems people are experiencing. And in terms of any help, if they're struggling and don't get any assistance, shall we put somebody's email, Brenda's email, to reach out? Or can Brenda put an email out there that people can use if they are if they are having challenges, like they haven't received their PIN by a particular date, let's say the closing date, etc.
Okay, yeah. So
The
Brenda
end
is
of the
going
month,
to
let's say.
that up. Yeah, like
okay.
right away.
That's
We
fine.
do have a phone number that
Right.
participants can reach us through WhatsApp. We also do have a project email. So Brenda we put that up
I think
shortly, and
both those would be
share it
great.
in the chat. Yeah, so they can contact us directly.
Yeah,
in case
if
they
they
have
have some
any
technical
challenges.
issues at least. All right.
Okay.
Great. Jennifer, you want to go through it? Do you think you have that detail to show us? So NLA asks about, the question of contributing to academic gains. I think the problem is it's part of the AMREF, it's the accreditation, it's course accredited by AMREF. So as much as AMREF's courses are of value to you in your setting, it might be in Kenya, it might be in a couple of other countries, but you'll have to relate to, I think, AMREF. So contact Brenda at that number for more details as to exactly which countries these might be academically of value. Perhaps, Jennifer, you can relate to that. Is the AMREF University got accredited courses that can stand? What's this sort of academic standing of the AMREF University? Is this part of that?
So what we've done is worked with the training institutions so that they can continue offering this, just like what we are doing with Afro-PHC, as one of the continuous development CPD course for the health workers. Then Precious, kindly mute.
Yeah, I think we've done that. Okay, let's carry on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then for some of the countries, our effort has been to have the regulators recognize the course for CPD points and license renewal as well, so that it can also benefit the health workers. So we do have quite a number of regulators across the different countries, and we'll be sharing them because as we can see, Afro-PHC has membership from across different countries in Africa. So we can share country-specific accreditations that we've been able to accrue over time and what we are still pursuing right now, even before the program comes to an end. So health workers can also present this certificate, others for promotional purposes where their ministries of health or their employers recognize a certificate in leadership management and governance for that purpose. Then 2, for license renewal for those that do need to accrue a number of points, say CPD, for license renewal for their practice, that is also possible. And that is what you gain through the course. Apart from, of course, gaining the competencies in terms of leadership management and governance and skills on the training itself.
Yeah. So the CPD accreditation will be basically based on its accreditation. Do you all have it accredited in current certain countries already, other than Kenya? Or it would depend on the person running the course. So at the moment, we have not done anything in terms of CPD accreditation. So just a question on that, Jennifer.
Yeah, so we do have some regulators. Just to cite a few, we do have in Cameroon, we do have in Malawi, like the Malawi Medical Board have already accredited the course. Then we have Botswana Qualification Authority through the training institutions in Botswana also recognizing the course. So you notice that, again, different countries do it differently. For example, the Southern Africa countries look at the qualification authority as the body that actually approves or accredits short courses for the health workers, while in other countries, they do have their regulators, the different cadre regulators having their approvals. In Kenya, we do have 6 regulators.
Yeah, let me just quickly clarify. I think people are going to obviously, you could provide that information and people could then approach those institutions to do the course through them to get those academic and CPD value. But from Afro-PHC at the moment, we have not got that. So anybody doing the course currently and getting that certificate by AMREF Afro-PHC, I think that's the question we have to ask. Will there be any academic value to it? I mean, there's obvious value in the content, but does it add any to CPD and academic standing? I don't think so. Is that true, Jennifer?
Yeah, so if you get the certificate, the one that we now have, the Afro-PHC AMREF, we haven't been able to get an accreditation.
I think that's something we need to be aware of. We'll probably explore that possibility going forward.
Sure.
But for now, it's not going to add any value. So there's a question from Asura Ali, who says she's joined the Jibu and can't seem to find the course. It's asking to choose the course name. Brenda, can you answer why that would be a problem?
Hello, Ellie. Would you mind sharing your email address so that I can see if you're already enrolled to the course or not?
So you mean they could join it without being on the course enrolled?
Yeah, somebody can create an account from their end. It's still an option. But if you're not enrolled to the course, you will not be able to access that specific course. Okay. Yes, and the course you're supposed to access, it's Afro-PHC, Leadership, Management and Governance for Health System Strengthening. Right. So I've seen your email. Let me just check and then I'll get back to you.
Great. So if you have any challenges, please take down these helpline, the email and the international number, which is a cell. So you can use WhatsApp to communicate with Brenda if you have any of these issues. So great. Jennifer, I stopped you at that point. Do you think you'd be able to go into more detail, or do you think that would depend on people going into the course and looking around?
So I just thought I wanted to see if I can share this document on screen.
Yeah, something that would just give us a sense of it. And I think if there are no other questions, then we can close. I think we've gotten many of the answers so far. We are having a meeting between AMREF and ourselves. I've just sent an email back, Jennifer, so we could meet on Friday morning.
Yeah, sure.
And then we can try and take the sort of management process forward. Great. Yeah, there we are. Some useful elements to it.
Okay.
Would you be able to share this with me, so that we put it up, at least have that detail that people can look at in more detail?
Oh yeah, sure. We will share this. I will just highlight, just a quick highlight.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So
key
so you
ideas.
can see.
Don't need to read all of it, but I think at least people can see, and you can just highlight a few things.
Yeah. So yeah, looking at the first module, which is the overview and context of our health system, we will share this document where you'll be able to look at the purpose of this module and of course the expected outcomes. And you can see what the content breaks down into, looking at the sustainable development goals, context of our health system, components of our health system, all these two challenges, best practices from the different settings. And you can see the mode of delivery being e-learning. The recommended number of hours for study is 27 hours. But I should say this varies because e-learning is self-directed learning. Some people are faster than this, and you may find even other people who are slower than this, because we've seen people complete the full 10 modules in 2 weeks, while others would take more than 3 months to do that, or even more time. So this will change depending on the current situation. Like for our case where we have a whole month to actually take up one module, that would look like an hour a day, just looking at the course content. Then governance and ethics, again, the same format. We are going to be looking at an overview of the governance concepts, professional ethics, principal characteristics of good governance, all the way to the health laws, agreements, regulations on governance. You can see this is a shorter module. It takes only 15 hours to have it. We also have citations or recommended readings around that module. Looking at leadership, this is a little bit of a longer module in terms of content, and we will all discuss issues to do with concept, styles, and practice of leadership, all the way to practicing effective leadership in health. And you can see this one now goes to 20 hours. Looking at the fourth module, this is management in health. And again, we are looking at the course content, concepts of management, strategic planning, roles of managers, managing effective teams, and then risk management in health. This takes 25 hours. It's a pretty longer module compared to the others as well. Again, recommended reading materials given there. Then human resources for health. This is a little bit longer, again, as a module. We will look at the HRH in terms of the context. We look at the policies governing it, the health planning, the functional of the human resources for health, all the way to the evaluation, and this takes 18 hours. So the sixth module is the health management information system. Again, we are looking at the purpose of this module, the expected outcomes and the highlights of the topics that you'll cover, overview of HMIS, all the way to the role of ICT in the health management information systems, a bit of the design and structure and the elements. This module takes 15 hours to cover it. The seventh module is health financing. It is a highlight of the financial decisions that we do make as health workers regarding our health sector. And again, looking at the outcomes, you look at the concepts of health financing, the policy framework, financial management, which is a little bit not detailed financial management for those of us who are scared of numbers and finance, and then the expenditure tracking and reporting. The module takes 20 hours to cover. Then we do have service delivery. Again, looking at the learning outcomes, the coverage is on principles and concepts of health service delivery, all the way to looking at quality accreditation, what exactly happens in our hospitals, in our health sectors. And this takes 12 hours because it's a pretty much shorter module in terms of content. Then our ninth module on procurement and supply chain management. We are looking at the laws, regulations, policies. We look at the disposal process and the procurement, supply chain management, all the way to looking at the supply chain management relationship. And this one takes 15 hours as a module. And lastly, looking at the monitoring and evaluation, which is a module that culminates to the rest of the 9 modules. What do we do when we are given a project, for example, or at the end of our financial years in terms of monitoring and evaluation? And these are the topical areas of what we cover on this, all the way to translating our M&D knowledge to influence health, policy, and practice. And this module takes 12 hours. So, Prof, this document is available. It is a document that we will share with you, and I think it is available for the rest of the participants to also refer to it in the course of their learning.
Yeah, no, that's useful. I think when people have a good sense of the overall, and then they can manage themselves better planning-wise and see, the value add, it'll certainly motivate people. So great, please send it to me. I'll put it up on the website. I think we don't have any more questions. If there are any more questions, please feel free to pick up your hand, put it into the chat if you feel confused in any. But just for those who might have joined us, I think we've reached about 50 people, but just for those who've joined us, please note the email and cell number from AMREF. You can contact AMREF via these numbers, and it will allow you to get any problems dealt with. And I think this you should keep safely for any instance. I'll put it up on the website as well so that you can reach out if you have any trouble. So if there are any login detail issues, or you've got in and you're not registered, etc., please reach out to Brenda at that number. We will have the curriculum that Jennifer just shared on the website, this recording of this meeting will also be on the website. What we will then do is, Jennifer, I'm not sure that there's too much value. I have a problem on the first, I think the one that you suggested we move the next meeting to. I think I will have a problem to be there. So I think it would be a problem for us to facilitate it. But I think that what we've dealt with is if we can allow a few minutes at the beginning or at the end of the meeting to deal with any of these sort of business issues, I think we can get them sorted out, and that will probably be best. And most of it seems to be more challenges around connectivity, etc. So you've provided us a lot of information today that I think will cover us. I don't see the need to have a second meeting. Does that seem all right, Jennifer?
Yes, it does, Prof. Maybe to assist our learners, what we would normally do is, I know for some of them maybe that who started the course early, they would have joined our WhatsApp groups that they are given direct assistance from these groups as well, because we do have e-mentors that support them.
Right.
So for the remaining 2 months, I would recommend that with their permission, we could share with them a link that allows them to join those groups. Yeah. Because in the event that they were not able to join this meeting, or in the event that they do have questions between now and when we are having our first session, then we'd be able to iron those issues out.
All right, please send me those links as well so that we can just make sure everyone gets it and knows what it is. So if you are at the moment having challenges with your login and haven't received it, please put your email and say, I need my login details in the chat, and we'll share the details with the AfroPHC, the AMREF group, and they'll just follow that up. But Brenda has said that she is busy with it and may not have sent it to everyone yet. Brenda, we are going to try to work towards, I think, the 23rd. Let's put that as a deadline, because after that, we just need to make sure that everybody, I'm sure you're getting all the details right. And we'll talk on Friday about, exactly where the details are coming from. We won't bore everyone with the details, but we'll just make sure that at the end of the month, everyone should be having their login details and that they've gotten in before the 8th of March, when we were having our first meeting. Brenda, you want to say anything? Go ahead.
I think our hand is up.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, it was. I just wanted to confirm. I see some of the emails. I'm checking on the list online. They're not on the list. So I don't know if you can reshare for them to register so that I'm able to get their details, their first name, last name, country, town. Yes.
Right. If you are yeah. So you go ahead, Brenda.
I'm just saying if they can.
Yeah. I'm going to share I'm going to share the link. If you have not joined AfroPHC, please join them there. If you have joined AfroPHC, I'm going to share a link shortly. So is that okay, Brenda?
Yes, that's okay.
I need to get that link in a way that's easy to find. It is on the website. Yes, the website has got it. But it's on the website. So if you struggle, just go, as I said, to afrophc.org, and you will see if you follow the training management, you should be able to get there. I'll put that link as well. And the form is this form, but this form, please, if you are not an AfroPHC member, do not fill that one in. You'll end up duplicating needlessly. This form is only for those people who are AfroPHC members. That's you're already a member, then you haven't registered or having difficulties, please go there. And if you have filled it in, that's fine. So otherwise, do not fill that in, okay? And I'll just share with you the link to the web page, which is got the details, which will include the recording. You can share this at the moment with any of your colleagues. They can go there and then fill it in. All right. Brenda, is that good enough? So we will have everything on there, quite, everything that we've talked of. So all the numbers, the curriculum, and then the dates. We are going to remove the 22nd, so there won't be that, but the recording of this meeting will be there. And then we will ensure that all your login details are with you by the end of February. You do need to start reading because the first meeting is on the 8th. and it is going to be just a brief touch. We are not going to be able to repeat the course in an hour. It is only highlighting some issues, perhaps focusing on some important elements and urging you on. So it's a support group, not an actual teaching session, right? It's there to pick up on problems and to help you with questions. So we're going to be depending on you coming up with, I don't understand this concept. I don't understand this issue. Can you share a bit more, help me understand it better? We are not going to be teaching as a full hour or 2 hours, okay? It's been driven by your needs. Please understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Great. The WhatsApp links, they will email it. I will also email it, but Brenda and Jennifer, if you can just send it to me, I'll just make sure it's somewhere where we can get people to join it.
Okay,
sure,
I'll share.
Yeah.
Good. Any
So,
questions further? Yeah, go ahead, Jennifer.
Sorry, I thought at the end I need to make an announcement, if it's okay with you. So let's first
Yep, I think we're at the end. We are at the end, so thank you all. I don't see any questions, any hands raised, so I'm assuming everybody feels quite happy, and I think we can close. So over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Prof. Yeah, thank you, Prof. So as a program, we are excited. We have our second graduation that is upcoming this month on the 25th of February. And we would like to invite the members of this session, because it would be good for them to see how many people have taken up the program across Africa, what we've achieved as a program, and everything else. So we are inviting them. All we are asking them to do is just send us a message that they want to participate, and we will be able to send them a Zoom link, so that it is a virtual graduation that takes between 1 to 1.5 hours. So yes, we are inviting them. And then secondly, somewhere in March, we'll be having a documentation dissemination. And it is a celebration of our leadership, management, and governance at 10. So we are celebrating 10 years of implementing this program across Africa. We are also inviting the members of this session, because it is a learning session for them to see the initial stages of this program and how we ended up working with now Afro-PHC in institutionalizing it 10 years later. So we are happy to have them on board. Thank you, Prof.
No, great. Thank you very much. And I think that is great. And you say they just need to email you at the number that Brenda shared, at the email that Brenda shared. So just share that, indicate that you'd like to join these sessions, and they'll link you up. All right, great, wonderful. Thank you all for joining us. It's been really great, I think very valuable. And we wish you all the best in the course. We're going to be along with you as a team, and we hope that this is going to be taking you to new heights. We are going to be having a wonderful time and making sure that you're not just left by the wayside. It does work until the end of the year. We will try and close it by the end of the year. So we hope that you're going to find great value in it, and we want to make sure you don't fall off. So let's be together to this whole year. And I think we're going to expect many more than just the 50 people joining us today. Take care, everyone. Be safe, be well, and we'll be in touch. Bye-bye. Thanks, Jennifer, and thank you, Brenda.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Have a good one.
You too.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Prof.
I've shared the link via WhatsApp. So for those who are still here, they can join, but I still share via email.
Great. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, everyone.